The Fender Jaguar is a guitar that I really had to work to make myself fall in love with. Let me explain. I've done a few videos in the past months on the Jaguar. I now own 2 of them. Even after I recently built one, I still did not really like the guitar, and in my opinion, the Jazzmaster was and is a far superior instrument. I regularly thought about selling the Jaguars on Reverb. Playability and the ultimate sound that comes out of a guitar are obviously tied together. I have also found that if I do not like the sound coming out of a guitar, I'll not enjoy the playing experience. Therefore, I won't think that the guitar is very playable. Let's face it, I love guitars, but I'm not the best player in the world. The last thing I need for my ego is a guitar that makes me sound worse of a player than I actually am. I did not like playing my Jaguar guitars and did not like the sounds that came out of them. Here's what would happen. I would tune the guitar and get it intonated on the bench, and then go over to my amp, and the guitar would no longer be intonated and sound like shit when I played. I was really frustrated. You would not believe how long it took me to record the stupid audio samples for the videos I have done on the Jaguar so far for the channel. I was curious to see, and determined to see if I could change my opinion. I would watch players regularly play the Jaguar on YouTube and get great sounds out of the guitar. What the hell was I doing wrong? I wanted to set aside some time and just focus on the 2 Jags that I owned and see if I could somehow figure out what the root of the problems were and make them sound better and make me happy with them. Just a note, searching online you can find discussions on forums and many videos on the same subjects I'm covering in this video. There's a whole industry of aftermarket bridge and tremolo manufacturers that have designed products that fix the very problems I'll point out. I did not discover anything new, and I'm not blazing a trail for others to follow. I like to keep my guitars in original state when it comes to bridges, tremolos, and tuners for the most part, if I can get away with it. This is just me explaining how I finally came to the decision that if I left the guitar in an as-designed state, it just would not work properly for me and how I basically play. The first thing that I really kind of came to grips with was that the bridge is flawed and not well designed. The saddles have thin and inadequate grooves cut into them, so if you are playing higher gauge strings, the strings just will not sit in the grooves, and as a result tend to move around while you play. This is a problem when trying to keep the guitar in a stable state of tuning. I've read that this is a problem for heavy-handed players that hit the strings hard. I'm thinking that with my grizzly paws that I most likely definitely fit into this category of player. Next observation, the bridge posts are much smaller in diameter than the cups that they're inserted into in the guitar, and as a result the bridge can actually move back and forth underneath the strings. This reaps havoc on intonation and tuning as well. I do not fix this problem in this video. I did, however, not experience as much of an issue after making the modifications that I make in this video to the bridge. I've read and seen how folks will replace something in the cup that keeps the bridge post from moving around as much, also replacing the bridge completely, and cups with a bridge system that has tight tolerances would also fix the problem, something I may actually do in the future. I wondered why I was not having the same issues with my Jazzmaster guitars. When I looked at my Jazzmaster guitars, I realized that I either had Mustang bridges installed or, like on the Jazzmaster guitars, have a Tune-O-Matic bridge installed. These bridges seemed to fix or reduce the problems I was experiencing on my Jags. I ordered a couple Fender Mustang bridges. The difference the Mustang bridge presents in design is that it has a single deep slot cut into each of the saddles that keeps the string in place. The string rests in the channel and does not, for the most part, pop out. This for me immediately fixed the string slippage. I could tell the difference right from the get-go when I was installing new strings. Not to really fix the problem I was experiencing, but since I had one and had the strings off of the guitar, I also installed a true Fender US-made tremolo with a locking mechanism. You may remember that when I built the guitar, I tried to install a set of the Fender American Vintage 65 Jaguar pickups, and I had a bad pickup right out of the box, brand new, bad. I sent the pickups back and got a refund. While I was looking for a replacement set on Reverb, I found a set of Lindy Fralin Jaguar pickups at a great price. I figured if I was going to get great sound out of my Jaguar, installing a set of Fralin pickups would not be a bad investment. The Fender Jaguar pickups are advertised as being beefier and louder sounding than most other Jaguar pickups on the market. They really are. Installing these pickups in my Jaguar really made a big difference in sound, especially while playing in the rhythm circuit. Prior, I thought the rhythm circuit on my Jaguar was pretty much kind of useless to me because it was kind of muffled, no high end at all. What is funny is I like the rhythm circuit on my Jazzmasters. After installing the Fralin pickups, I now like the sound coming out of this circuit on my Jags as well. The last thing I did to my built Jaguar is install a true Fender replacement plate that all of the rhythm circuit components are attached to. The one that I installed with the first iteration of the build just did not fit properly with the holes for the thumb wheels. With the new plate, the thumb wheels freely move without binding. Yes, I could have altered it, but I figured I just wanted to buy an actual replacement. My other Jaguar is a Squier Vintage modified from the early 2000s that has the Duncan-inspired pickups from the factory. After I replicated the bridge and tremolo upgrades that I'd done on my built guitar, the guitar played so much better. I also found that I had bad pickup selector switches, and after I replaced them out, the noisy static the guitar had went away. Now the guitar sounds great. I find I'm kind of elated or relieved. I've conquered something. I actually like now the Jaguar guitar, and that actually makes me happy. It wasn't something that I had to do, but it's something that I wanted to do. I would say that I'm in a good place with the Jaguar. I now actually enjoy playing my two Jaguars and no longer have an urge to put them on Reverb for sale. I've put one of the Jags into my house and have it hanging in my living room on the wall so I have something to play there. If you knew me, you'd realize how big of a compliment this is from me to a guitar. It means I want it around me, and I want it hanging on the wall to the left of my TV so I can see it while I'm watching TV at night. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that. I know, a little obsessive, but me on the channel is not really an act. I really, really like guitars.